Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts. In a recent video, I shared Gina K's carved wood technique. And just in case you missed it, I will link it down below so you can catch on how to do that. And here's what it looked like. Super cool. And what I want to do today is show you a couple of neat things that you can do with that. I'm bringing back an old technique using the Martha Stewart button punch. And if you don't have that, I think they still sell them. But anyway, meet me down at the desk. This is going to be really fun. What I'm making today is a birthday card for a man who's turning 88. And so I cut out birthday boy just to make him feel young, I suppose. And I want to show you 3 different ways to use that panel that we made in one of my previous videos, the carved wood technique. Now, one of the ways that I've used it is you can actually cut it out on any kind of a die cutting machine that you have or using a die. So I cut out the word hello. That's a neat way to use it. The other way to be on the inside of a card for just an accent. I made a strip across here. And then also, now today I'm going to bring back an old thing that I've done in the past, which is make these thick embellishment buttons. And it just uses the Martha Stewart button punch, which is here. Super easy. I just put 3 random colored, usually something that matches, like brown, buttons underneath, and then whatever your top layer or pattern paper is going to be on top, you just cut out the next one for that. So I've already made 3 of them, and I'm going to walk you through how I just glue these together. Now, the one thing you really have to watch is how those 4 holes for the button part are separated, because it actually forms almost like a little rectangle with those dots. And if you watch carefully, you can line up all those dots. You want to make sure that they're lined up really well. Okay, I'm only doing just this one with you. I want to show you how easy it is to do. You just layer them up, and then that very last one, so say you made like a sheet of glitter or whatever, or you only had a little bit of this pattern paper or cool paper that you created left, you're really only making 1 button, so all the other stuff underneath doesn't really matter so much. And then get those lined up. I'm turning mine just a little bit. I missed the hole slightly. Okay, there we go. And then the cool thing about these is that I'm going to put them together on top of these black circles. So these circles are approximately 1 inch, and the other ones are about 1 1/4 inches. And I'm going to put them on top of the black circles like this, so they form a really cool looking 88, but they're buttons. Nice, huh? So I'm going to put together the rest of the card here in front of you. I have, of course, the sentiment, and then this blue layer for on top, and then I emboss that, as you can tell. And then this piece, I was going to use whole, but I decided to cut it in a diagonal to put one on top and one on the bottom, and I'll show you what I mean. I want this piece to go on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and just put this one down. And then I'm going to put the blue piece down because I want the other piece to go on top. I'm using just a regular ATG gun tape here. You can use a wet glue or whatever you have. And I'm just centering this the best I can. Push that down, and then this is going to go on the top. And I'll tell you why I decided to do that. Once I tried adding the buttons on, I realized that because this is embossed and it's kind of a busy background, I lost the way the 88 looked. I didn't really care for it. So now I'm just lining this up so it looks like it's one continual piece, and this just kind of got tucked underneath. And then birthday boy is going to go on the bottom here, and it'll be kind of in a diagonal. Now, while I'm taking time to put little pieces of glue on here, I'm going to tell you about this glue bottle, only because I get asked Every single time I use it in a video, somebody asks me about it. I got mine from Tilly's Bridge on Zibbit. Last time I looked, they were no longer carrying it, or were out of it, out of stock or whatever. But you can get them in other places online if you just look for them. And all I do is fill mine with a little bit of Aleene's tacky glue and just a few drops of water until it's the consistency that I like, that it'll run out without coming out too fast or too slow and clogging that tip. So now that I have that down, I'm going to see just how these my black fake 8 fit on here, because it's getting thinner as it goes. So I want to make sure that I put these two on so that it still looks like an 8, but that it's not kind of falling off the page. That looks pretty good. I'm going to wet glue these just so that as I put these on, if I need to move them a little bit, I can. Wet glue always is so forgiving that way. It's one of the biggest reasons why, when I use it, why I'm using it. Okay, and then I want these to overlap the same way. So I'm going to put that one down first and then this one on top so they look similar. Glue shows up really well on black, even if it's matte glue, so I'm really trying not to let that hang out. Alright, and then these are just going to go get glued down here. Being mindful of the way the dots go. I'm not worrying about the lines on them. I think it'll look cool no matter how they end up going. But I want all of the button holes to be kind of facing the same way. These are super sturdy when you do 4 of them together like that. And then you can always put a little bit of string inside these. I thought that would look really cool. But I'm not going to add that today. I might decide to do it at another point in time. So that finishes off my card. It looks like a really cool 88. And then it says birthday boy. I think he'll really enjoy this. I may at the end decide to make a little bit of white stitching around just this one to make that pop a little bit more. And then I have, of course, my white on the inside so that I can write a little note to him. I hope you enjoyed this and that you like the techniques that kind of stemmed from the video where we did the carved wood technique. It's in the description box below. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy this type of video, I do tutorials for beginners through advanced, and I try to share with you techniques that are exciting and fun. So hit the subscribe button below if that's something that you're interested in, and I can't wait to see all of you guys next video.